evening and welcome to News 360 live from our studio here at Adesanwe Kanda in Accra. I am Martin Asiedu Date.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Coming up, the headlines.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal,
Ecobank.
National Labour Commission directs Teachers and Education Workers Union TEU to call off ongoing strike.
Also coming up, the Ghana Education Service warns heads of senior high schools to desist from charging fees for parent-teacher associations.
With Ghana facing a growing epidemic of non-communicable diseases like hypertension and diabetes, we find out if our health system is ready to deal with the increase in cases.
Later in business, Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy cautions a high but misleading renewable energy target for 2025 could jeopardize Ghana's long-term energy goals.
Elsewhere around the world, cholera outbreak kills 58 people and infected more than 250 across Bauchi State in northeast Nigeria.
We are happy that you're a part of our bulletin this Friday evening. Do let your comments come in. We are always happy to hear from you.
Beginning with the beginning of the academic year is now in serious doubt as over 50,000 members of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union TEU embark on an indefinite strike. At the center of the strike is a demand for the government and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to immediately conclude the signed long delayed conditions of service.
At a news conference in Accra, the Teachers and Education Workers Union TEU leaders expressed deep frustration, accusing the government of reneging on its commitment to finalize negotiations. They also highlighted a delay in the payment of professional allowances, along with unpaid overtime and night allowances owed to security officers and catering staff.
We also demand that the weekend overtime and holidays overtime allowances to our security and catering personnel across the educational sector space should also be concluded and signed. And all unresolved promotion and transfers grievances in the Ghana Education Service, we call for the condition of service to be negotiated, concluded, and signed. We demand immediate signing of the condition of service for all the junior staff of the public universities and the public technical universities.
The union says it will not return to work unless all outstanding issues are resolved.
We know the first year student of the senior high school, the placement has been posted and admission is going to begin very soon. It is my members, the administrators, who are going to do the admission. But this strike that we are sitting home is not against the student, it's not against the parents. We are also parents and we have students there.
Meanwhile, the National Labour Commission is expected to serve an injunction on TEU, directing the union to call off the strike and resume negotiations. The standoff raises uncertainty over when or if the academic year can begin as planned.
In a related development, the National Labour Commission has directed TEU to call off the ongoing strike. The Commission, in exercise of its powers under Section 139 of the Labour Act 2003, Act 651, has summoned the parties involved to appear before the Commission 1st October 2025 for a hearing of the issues in dispute. The Commission has also directed the respondent institutions and the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to engage the union and submit a report to the Commission on the status of their engagement by the 3rd of October 2025. So there seemed to have been an immediate call from the Labour Commission on TEU to rethink their decision to go on strike. But would they heed to this call from the Labour Commission? King James Azortiba is the General Secretary of TEU. He's joined us for a quick chat on this. Mr. James, good evening. The NLC says that, first of all, they acknowledge your strike. However, you need to come back to the negotiation table, and you cannot negotiate while you're on strike. So are you going to call off the strike and go back to the negotiation table?
Well, this is news to me. Good evening to you and your listeners. I must say that what you are saying is news to me. I just left my office and I've been driving home. I have not received any correspondence from the Labour Commission. And so what you are telling me is news.
Right. But clearly this is not, the decision to strike didn't happen today. You must have had some back and forth with either the Fair Wages Commission or government for that matter. How far has this been, and why do you think that is the right time to go on strike?
We had served notice about almost a month ago. We repeated the notice about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We repeated the notice of our intention to strike last week. And so it is something that we are knocking at their door every day, but it's like, oh, these guys forget about it. They are not serious. As if we don't matter. And that is has brought us to where we are.
Okay. And finally, so what next? Students are expected to resume school in the coming days. If you are on strike, definitely it's going to affect the reception of senior high school placements. What's your next line of action?
Well, the next step of action, our intention is for the strike to bite. If you embark on a strike without any impact, or the strike doesn't bite, it means we don't have any impact. So that's our intention. And we know who we are and our services that we render, how vital and how important our services are. And so we drive our services for those who think we don't matter, to see whether we matter or not.
Mr. Azortiba, thank you for your time. He's the General Secretary of TEU, and we'll let you know how all of this plays out in the coming days.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Education Service, GES, has warned heads of senior high schools to desist from charging fees for parent-teacher associations, PTAs. According to the GES, it has not sanctioned the collection of fees either for PTA purposes or any other development projects in schools.
Parent-teacher associations, PTAs, no doubt play a vital role in supporting schools and help to improve learning outcomes. But since 2017, when the free SHS was introduced, the association became virtually non-existent. And for 8 years, there was no PTA and a collection of PTA dues. This was to take the burden off parents who complained they were already struggling to pay for some school items. The current government this year reintroduced the PTA. But most parents have expressed concern about the collection of PTA dues, which they described as burdening. Our checks in some schools reveal parents are now expected to pay PTA dues amounting to between 300 and 350 Ghana cedis per semester, in addition to other expenses. PTA executives insist the levies are to help facilitate logistical, infrastructural and resource equipment aimed at enhancing teaching and learning environment. Aside the PTA dues in those schools, each student is asked to pay 100 Ghana cedis as dormitory fees. So I ask, are these fees sanctioned by the Ghana Education Service?
This reintroduction does not come with PTA dues. The role of the PTA is very huge. They discuss the academic business of the WAS or the learners. they have conversations on how to improve the learning outcomes of the learners. And so the issue of money, the issue of collecting dues, the issue of forcing students to pay some monies for whatever reason is prohibited by the management of the Ghana Education Service. It's not acceptable. We have not sanctioned anyone to take any form of fees in the name of PTA.
Public Relations Officer at the Ghana Education Service, Daniel Fenyi, warned school heads to desist from the practice of face sanctions.
Initially, when we re-established the PTA, we made it clear that the collection of monies and fees and dues are still not acceptable in the Ghana Education Service. Our attention has been drawn to pockets of schools and school leaders who are finding ways and means to charge monies from the students. When it comes to our notice, we invite them, we investigate, and when we confirm that they indeed are charging these unauthorized monies, we punish them. However, we are still observing, we are still monitoring. You can trust that the new management of the Ghana Education Service will take them on hugely. We have passed that level of taking monies from. We are in the free education era, right from kindergarten to the senior high school. Now we are even looking at free at the university level from level 100.
While many acknowledge the important role played by parent-teacher associations, PTAs, concerns have, however, been raised about the high fees, with calls for greater transparency from school authorities.
Let's turn our attention to health now, because Ghana is facing a growing epidemic of non-communicable diseases like hypertension and diabetes. But while cases rise, experts warn that the health system of the country isn't ready to handle the pandemic. Enyonam Haliga reports.
Once considered diseases of affluence, non-communicable diseases are now affecting millions of Ghanaians across both urban and rural communities. From unhealthy diets to sedentary lifestyles, doctors say the daily choices Ghanaians make are fueling this growing crisis.
Problem is mainly got to do with lifestyle. We are making quite a lot of noise about the fact that these diseases are on the surge. However, I believe that because it's not something that is killing people quickly, they seem not to be paying much attention to it. The galamsey is a big cause that we should be looking at. Even though we are not directly able to pinpoint it, I mean, it's all around us. So it's something that needs to be addressed as quickly as possible.
Diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and kidney failure are increasing at rates that have health experts deeply concerned. At the country's main referral hospital, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the numbers tell a worrying story. From 2021 to 2025, cases of nearly every major NCD have surged, some dramatically. Hypertension cases rose from 427 in 2021 to 888 in 2024. And in just the first 6 months of 2025, the hospital has already recorded 1,249 cases, pointing to another record year if the trend continues. The hospital data also shows that cardiovascular disease cases rose from 1,647 in 2021 to 2,888 in 2025, a 70% increase. Diabetes jumped from 7,921 cases in 2021 to 9,486 cases in 2024. Kidney disease rose steadily from 2,661 in 2021 to 4,253 in 2024. Cancer cases increased from 2,017 in 2021 to 2,628 in 2024, and are already at 1,252 in the first 6 months of 2025. Stroke cases also remained high, with 1,361 recorded in 2023 and 1,071 cases in early 2025. With the rising numbers, the fears are the country's health system cannot contain it.
Honestly, I would say that we are not fully ready, because the rate at which it is increasing is alarming. So in terms of personnel, in terms of infrastructure, if we get the numbers increasing at this alarming rate, we are heading for trouble.
Health professionals are sounding the alarm, urging the government to prioritize prevention, early detection, and stronger health infrastructure. The next major health crisis in Ghana may not come as a virus, it may come from choices we make every single day.
Still on health-related issues, Western Regional Health Directorate has embarked on a sustained effective risk communication throughout the region to address the increasing cases of Mpox it is recording. Irama Smith reports that the Directorate is seeking media support to educate the public.
On the 12th of May 2025, the Western region recorded its first case of Mpox disease. Currently, they have 246 confirmed cases here in the region, and the cases keep on rising. We understand one person has died from the disease and one is in a critical condition. This is in spite of all the education, all the awareness creation that is going on here in the Western region. Now we understand that samples can be tested here. They have opened a special lab to test samples of suspected cases, which means the turnaround time or getting the result to start treatment will be faster. This is also part of measures that they are putting in place to address this challenge of increasing cases of the Mpox. But one critical role that they want the media to play is to help with the awareness creation. All this while, the media has not been really involved. And it is in this regard that the Western Regional Health Directorate organized a media engagement with the media and educated media personnel on the media, and also discussed ways that the two groups can collaborate to send the information around. Mr. Daniel Bonfe is the Regional Health Promotion Officer.
We want the media to support in education and awareness creation. Yes, and also support in advocacy for other key stakeholders to also support in public health education and behavior change communication.
One challenge that they seem to face is the implementation of the education that goes out. The Deputy Director, Public Health, Dr. Gifty Amugi, throws more light on that.
Responsibility for our own health and say that no, I've been listed as a contact, let me obey. No, I'm a case. Some cases even go out. I'm a case. Let me have the concern of my loved ones and isolate myself. It is going to be to the good of all of us. The more the virus continues to move from one person to the other, that means that we are empowering it to become more powerful. If it gets to a point where you heard it, this one doesn't have cure. There is no cure. It's just that the species that we are dealing with now, we've not seen more severe cases. That's all. But if it decides to turn, we won't know what to do.
Perhaps this collaboration with the media will see the interruption of the disease before it becomes endemic here in the region. Irama Smith, TV3 News, Takrady.
Let's go to the seat of government, and President John Dramani Mahama says the Economic Community of West African States, Ecowas, is continuing its discussions with Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, the three Sahelian nations that recently exited the Ecowas bloc to form the Alliance of Sahelian States. Speaking at the Jubilee House during a courtesy call by Germany's newly appointed ambassador to Ghana, President John Mahama stressed that unity was critical in addressing the security and development challenges confronting the Ecowas sub-region.
Our sub-region is facing the threat of violent extremism. The AES countries, which are our Sahelian neighbors, have broken away from the sub-regional body, Ecowas. We are engaging in continuous dialogue with them because we realize that the difficulty they face is not theirs alone. And if we don't solidarize, it could spread over the whole of the sub-region. We value the cooperation we have with Germany in terms of the fight against terrorism and violent extremism.
And we hope that we'll be able to deepen that relationship in terms of technical support, in terms of training and joint, exercises. And so I want to welcome you.
And our former president, Akufo-Addo, says he is confident the party will return to power in 2028 because of the unprecedented development by his administration and that of former President Kufuor. He was addressing NPP party supporters at Bantama earlier today.
The work the NPP did during my time and during former President Kufuor's time is enormous and is the legacy we will build on to win back power in 2028. We have all seen what is happening. You've all seen it. Things are not going well. But when we unite and do things right, I know that with God's help, we will reclaim power in 2028.
Yeah, 2028. There are some purpose here.
It's good to see the former president again. In other news this evening, Fanmilk Ghana has launched its 2025 school caravan to promote healthy snacking and environmental sustainability. The campaign encourages students to maintain clean surroundings through a nationwide wrapper collection challenge.
In partnership with Miniplast and the Ghana Education Service, Fanmilk aims to recycle millions of wrappers across 1,000 schools.
The Fanmilk School Caravan has always been about more than just sharing the joy of our product. It's about empowering young minds, encouraging proper snacking habits, and building sustainable communities. This year, we are scaling up the program with an ambitious goal to reach 1,000 schools across Ghana versus 100 schools last year. So from Accra to Tamale, from Kumasi to Takoradi, we are committed to engaging students and teachers in a transformative journey of learning and growth.
The campaign is designed to raise awareness about waste management and sustainability.
The wrapper challenge, each school will get a bin. Students are encouraged to drop in Fanmilk wrappers. They collate it over a week. They put it in an envelope. They write their names, their class, their school, and they drop in the bins. And at the end of every week, we have the waste collection, our waste collection partner coming around to pick those bins and collate.
The school with the highest collection by November 2025 will receive funding to build or refurbish a learning facility, marking Fanmilk's 65th anniversary.
A new Ghanaian food brand, Didi Shito, has been launched in Accra. The company is promising to preserve the authentic taste of Ghana's beloved spicy sauce while introducing innovation, quality, and convenience for students and families.
The launch held during the 2025 graduation celebration of several senior high schools brought together students, alumni, educators, influencers, and distributors. The event highlighted Shito's special place in Ghanaian culture, both as a national pride and as a daily essential for students. Developed by the Didi brand, the new Shito blends traditional recipes with modern food science to ensure taste, safety, and consistency. Producers say the product not only delivers rich, authentic flavor, but also supports local farmers and communities through sustainable sourcing. Speaking at the event, Marketing Director of GB Foods, Eraba Edusai, stated that this new product tastes just like homemade and also harnesses Ghana's culture.
Didi Shito is a first of its kind because it has a good source of protein. And in recent times, we've seen Shito that is just a black sauce where you have your pepper and oil and sometimes just a base without your protein source. But this, for us, is preserving the old age recipe that we know for our Shito, what your mama did for you, and we knew that you would have herrings inside, you have shrimps inside, you have the perfect blend of your natural spices in there. And so we want to bring back the recipes that we are losing. We want to preserve that in a brand, in a bottle. They say a shito does not slap, and I'm using a Gen Z language here, you do not enjoy it. And so this shito actually slaps, and that is how unique we are. This tastes like home. You have that homemade taste within your shito.
Didi Shito is positioned as more than just a condiment. It is a story of heritage, innovation, and connection that aims to transcend borders and bring people together at mealtime.
Still watching News 360, and a few minutes ago we just brought you a live coverage of the Ghana Premier League, which has been live on TV3, and we just want to remind you that TV3 is the home of the Ghana Premier League, and we're going to be giving you 3 live games every week. The biggest games, the fiercest rivalries, and the brightest stars brought straight to your screens with world-class coverage. But that's not all. We set the stage with our GPL preview show, giving you an insight and scoop with the expert analysis, all here on TV3.
And when the final whistle blows, we keep you covered with our highlights and review programs, so you never miss a goal, a save, or a talking point. For the fans who love to stay connected on the go, we have reels and updates on social media. This is more than just coverage. This is TV3 positioning the Ghana Premier League as premium sports product. So mark your calendars, gather your friends, and join us this weekend for another unforgettable round of Ghana Premier League football, only here on TV3.
That's very true. Stay with us. We'll be back with the latest in the world of business.
Now, the Center for Environmental and Sustainable Energy, CEMSI, has criticized Energy Minister John Jinapor's projection that Ghana will achieve 35% renewable energy in its power mix by December 2025. Executive Director of CEMSI, Benjamin Nsia, stated that the claim is an overstatement that could undermine the country's official target of 10% renewable energy by 2030, as outlined in the country's Renewable Energy Master Plan and Renewable Energy Act.
Ghana's Renewable Energy Master Plan, developed with support from the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), explicitly sets a target of increasing the proportion of renewable energy in the national mix to 1,363.63 megawatts by 2030, with a focus on non-hydro sources. By over-relying on large hydro to meet a high percentage target, CEMSI fears Ghana may lose sight of its ambitious goal to build a robust and decentralized renewable energy market.
If we talk of mainly hydro, as of 2015, our hydro mix within our energy space or installed capacity was 43%. So if Ghana had already attained 43% of hydro, then means that if we are using large hydro at the benchmark, then Ghana has already achieved within the 10% of the renewable that we're talking about. Renewable. So this overstatement must not be accepted. I think that Ghana will not achieve 35% of renewable energy by December 2025. We are not there yet.
According to Benjamin Nsia, the minister's 35% projection for 2025, which likely includes large hydro, deviates from the country's long-term, legally backed strategy for a diversified and sustainable energy future. The Renewable Energy Act 2011, Act 832, and its subsequent amendment in 2020 also provide a legal framework to promote technologies like solar, wind, and biomass. The framework recognizes hydro of up to 100 megawatts as renewable.
So why do we consider we and Akosomo, which are traditionally based load energy sources, as renewable energy? I think that the ministry is overstating these issues for whatever reason we do not know. But the reason why they made the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, is to introduce other new renewables into our energy mix. And we expect that by 2030, 10% of our energy mix should be the new renewables.
Currently, Ghana is doing 2.4% of renewable energy in the generation mix.
We'll now take your attention to Petrosol Ghana, which has honored its most dedicated teams and trailblazing individuals whose passion drives the company forward. The grand celebration of the commitment and excellence marks the company's 10 years of remarkable growth and achievement in the downstream petroleum sector.
The story of Petrosol Ghana has been one with sheer integrity, dynamic leadership, and the collective passion that propels the company's growth. The company, in a grand celebration of excellence and commitment, rewarded some staff whose hard work and dedication have helped maximize the fortunes of the company. These dedicated teams and trailblazing individuals whose passion drives the company forward were rewarded with cash prizes, plaques, capacity building opportunities, and weekend getaways. Timothy Kwesi Akuk was adjudged the most outstanding employee of the decade, having shown resilience in the journey thus far. As part of his prize, he took home 100,000 cedis, foreign trip in 2026, plaque, and a weekend getaway for 2.
There are a lot of managers I've trained behind, so now I'm enforcing the rules to work. So I want to see the next 10 years or the next 5 years, somebody will definitely take my position and then put the company ahead. Integrity is key to me. That's what has been pushing me, and then dedication to work.
Chief Executive Officer of Petrosol Ghana, Michael Bozumbil, said the company is here to stay and leave a mark in the downstream petroleum sector.
Investing in staff is the foundation of business growth, because your internal people must be well taken care of before they can take care of the external people. And so, having done over a decade and having celebrated our customers, we thought that we needed to invest in our staff by celebrating them and rewarding them for their loyalty and for their commitment.
The event was under the theme, A Decade of Excellence, Energizing Team Petrosol.
And now, Telecel Dream Car promotion, which was launched to reward Telecel Ghana customers for their loyalty, continues to excite customers as the 13th cycle produces another winner. The initiative continues to reward loyal customers with weekly cash prizes and grand car rewards.
Telecel has rewarded another loyal customer in its Dream Car promotion with the winner of 13th cycle driving away a brand new Hyundai Creta. The promotion, which offers weekly cash prizes of up to 2,000 Ghana cedis in addition to the grand prize, allows customers to participate by texting CAR to short code 2018 or dialing *2018#. Subscribers play a trivia game at a daily subscription fee of 2 Ghana cedis, answering 4 base questions with the option of unlimited extra questions at an additional charge. Customers accumulate points throughout the promotion with a chance of winning cash and ultimately their dream car, provided they remain subscribed. Carlos Asare Oko is acting head of products and service consumer for Telecel.
Customers all the time spend money, buy airtime, buy data, right? And so we also look at the needs of subscribers. I know in Ghana, getting a house, getting a car is aspirational. And so it is part of our duties to help our subscribers achieve their aspirations. So we thought it wise that let's have a promo that consumers will not have to spend too much, but will have the opportunity to achieve their dreams. And that is why we call the Dream Car promo, because we all want to have cars, we all want to have houses. And so this is to help customers get back from what they spend with us and the partnership we have with them.
And Caritas officer at the National Lottery Authority, Bright Ofori, assured of fairness.
For today, we have gone through the data that was presented, and then we scrutinized the data to make sure that whoever was in this room or was in this draw was right to be in the draw.
The winner of the car for this cycle, James, shared his joy in winning.
I am so happy I feel teary. I don't even know how to behave. Cause from nowhere, I have won a car.
We'll now wrap up the segment with an update from the Forex and Commodities markets. I am Minu Afo.
set the tone 2 years ago by ending an 11-year wait for a Ghanaian club in the group stage, but Samatex faltered last season. Now it's BBNE Gold Stars 10, and they will be facing Algeria's record 14-time champions and 2-time CAF Champions League winners GS Kabylie in their preliminary round. Our Gold Stars coach Frimpong Manson acknowledges their opponent's pedigree, but believes that his side can cause an upset.
For them to be one of the powerhouses of African football when it comes to the Champions League. Now this is our first time of also entering into that competition. And nowadays, if you look at the way the trend, the Champions League or even the AFCON is taken, we don't have any minus in it again. Gone were the days when the moment you look at the list, you can easily predict who and who are going to qualify. But now the paradigm has shifted. So you can't underrate any team. So for us, we don't see ourselves as a newcomer, but then we are also going to play with them, although we know the type of team we are going to play with.
Now, that game will take place on Saturday at 3 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, moving on to Europe, Manchester United host Chelsea on Saturday in a crucial match for Ruben Amorim, who is under pressure after just one win in his first 4 league games. The Red Devils need a strong performance to silence growing criticism, while Chelsea will look to capitalize on United's struggles and bounce back from their disappointing result in the Champions League. Now, here's what both managers had to say in the build-up to the game.
This is the club with more pressure maybe in the world, but we want to win. And again, I think we are. You can say whatever, and I think last year I was a lot of very critical of the way we play. I think we are playing well until the boxes, defending and attacking. We need to be more aggressive in the boxes. We need to be more clinical. The rest, I think we are improving in comparing to last year. I think we are in the better place. But again, we need to win. We lost against Arsenal and we lost against City. And here losing, especially in the beginning after last season, is a problem.
I think it's always difficult to play United away in their stadium, Old Trafford. So I don't think that now is the right moment, or next year will be the right moment, or last year was the right moment. It's always difficult. It's a difficult team, it's a difficult stadium. I watch the games that they played this season. Some of the game is not a real result in terms of even City game. Until 1-0, 2-0 they were in the game. When the game was 0-0, they had a few chances to score and to go ahead on the result. So it will be a tough game, no doubt.
That's it for the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Ishet.
On top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other
entertainment.
Well, good evening and welcome to the entertainment news segment here on News360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, Accra is bracing itself for a vibrant celebration of African music, food, and culture as 3FM gears up to host this year's edition of Afroconnect. Now, the highly anticipated cultural showcase is scheduled for Sunday, September 22, 2025 at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Now, the head of events, 3 Group, that is AJ Akwaku Sapong, has assured patrons of a truly memorable and unforgettable experience that will leave lasting memories long after the event.
Are you ready?
It's 3FM Afroconnect, a grand celebration of African unity.
Monday D-Day, we have already sold out on all our vendors. No more vendor slots available for as many people as are looking for it. Unfortunately, you snooze, you lose, especially for an event like Afroconnect.
Afroconnect, a platform designed to celebrate the rich diversity of African culture, has over the years grown into one of Ghana's premier cultural gatherings, attracting diverse audiences and showcasing African excellence. The head of events for 3 Group, AJ Sapong, told 3 Entertainment preparations are far advanced to deliver an event that blends music, culture, fashion, and networking, while providing a platform for young creators and established industry players to connect.
Our food is so similar, our cultures are so similar, our style is so similar, our fashion is so similar. So why focus on the little differences when we can be focusing on so much of what we truly are, which is similar? So we're focused on starting of a conversation of an Africa that we are all one people, and we can be able to create better value if we all are together as a unit. So we wanted to bridge this through conversation, through food, through fashion, through a lifestyle that we all end up becoming.
And through music.
And through music. We have, of course, some of our finest artists. DJ Faculty is going to be on the bill, bringing exciting music along DJ Abiam and as well DJ Phil. So you cannot miss 3FM Afroconnect.
The 2025 Afroconnect will also foster Pan-African dialogue and encourage people to embrace their heritage while creating new connections across borders. A major highlight is expected to be the African Jollof War, a light-hearted but spirited contest that celebrates the region's most debated dish while uniting participants from across the continent.
From Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Nigeria, there's so many to even count, but it's 11 different African countries, and they're all going to be on the ground and cooking their version of jollof. Our tasters, or should I say our judges, include celebrity chef Mokati Chick. We also have representing the Burundi community here in Ghana, and as well we are bringing in the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Development Corporation, Professor Kobe Mensah, our distinguished tasters. But all of us get to taste as well. So we have opportunities for every member of the audience to come and taste some of the jollof, so long as it's calling out to you.
The 2025 Afroconnect will also foster Pan-African dialogue and encourage people to embrace their heritage while creating new connections across borders. The Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, which stands as a symbol of Ghana's independence struggle, is expected to provide the perfect backdrop for the celebration.
And that's it for the entertainment news segment here on News360. My name is Noella Donko.
And that's it for our package this evening. Thank you so much for watching. I am Martin Esiedudate.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Have a lovely weekend.